Eyewitness News presents Newsmakers with your hosts, Jayne and Bugda and Andy Mehalshick.
Hello and welcome to Newsmakers. I'm Andy Mehalshick.
And I'm Jayne and Bugda. Our area is home to many veterans who have proudly served our country. And today's program is geared towards veterans and their families.
We'll be joined by members of the Pennsylvania Department of Military and Veterans Affairs. Our guests will be talking about the programs and services available to our veterans.
We'll introduce you to our guests, and our conversation will begin when this edition of Newsmakers begins right after this. Welcome back to Newsmakers. Jayne and Bugda along with Andy Mehalshick, and today our program is focused on programs and benefits for our area veterans throughout the Commonwealth.
And Jayne, one of the biggest questions we hear when we're on the street reporting is a lot of uncertainty and maybe misinformation about the programs that are available for our veterans, young and old. So this is what this program is about, sorting fact from fiction and letting you know what's out there for all of our veterans. And
Andy and I are joined today by Brigadier General Maureen Weigl, the Deputy Adjutant General for Veterans Affairs, Joe Mutschler, Director of the Bureau of Veterans Programs, Initiatives, Reintegration and Outreach, and Travis Davis, the Executive Director of Long-Term Care. And we want to thank you for joining us, taking time out of your busy schedule to join us today on Newsmakers so we could talk a little bit about what's available for our veterans. So we'll start off by, we're going to ask a simple question. Just tell us a little bit about the Pennsylvania Department of Military and Veterans Affairs located at Fort Indian Tail Gap. Give us a little bit information about the department.
Hi, thank you for having us. It's my pleasure to be here, and I'm excited to talk to you about all the veteran opportunities here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. The Department of Military Veteran Affairs, Office of the Veteran Affairs, takes care of everything for veterans, excluding the veteran hospitals that are run by the federal government. We have 6 long-term care facilities, 2 in Philadelphia, the Delaware Valley Veterans Home. We have the Southeast Veteran Homes. We have a home right there in Scranton, Pennsylvania, Gino Murley Veterans Center. We have one in Hollidaysburg. We have one in Pittsburgh, and we have one in Erie, Pennsylvania. We have about 937 veterans right now living and residing in our nursing homes, with over 1,500 wonderful state employees taking care of them at those centers. Additionally, we work with all of our secretaries of Department of Health, Human Services, Department of Aging, to make sure we're taking care of veterans. So we work with all of our sister agencies. We work with veteran service organizations, your American Legions, your VFWs, your AMVETS, your DAVs, all of those organizations, as well as the 67 county directors and their staff, to make sure that in each community we have programs and policies in place to take care of our veterans. And that includes taking care of homeless veterans, veterans struggling with post-traumatic stress disorders, mild traumatic brain injury, veterans looking for unemployment or who are unemployed, looking for employment opportunities or more employment, veterans looking for places to live, veterans that are incarcerated. We have 2,000 incarcerated veterans in the state correctional institutes, and we work to make sure when they leave the prison systems, we can find them a place to live and an employment opportunity. We work with veterans that are struggling to make ends meet, and we also work with veterans that are trying to improve their careers with job opportunities and training, such as Lean Six Sigma, Green Belt, Black Belt certifications, SHRM certifications. So everything to do with the veteran in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, the Office of Veteran Affairs is here to facilitate and help all of you and help the communities that are taking care of our veterans.
And how many veterans roughly are there in Pennsylvania? You know, we hear various numbers, and I'm not sure. And is the public aware of that number? How many are there roughly again? And do you think the public is aware of that number?
Thank you for asking. In Pennsylvania, we have close to 796,000 veterans residing in Pennsylvania. That makes us the 4th largest population of veterans in the nation. But we also have one of the most aging populations of veterans in the nation. But we take care of our veterans every day, and we have robust programs in place to take care of them.
And we want to remind everybody that we do have all of your website is fabulous, and we have it linked up to our website. But when you're dealing with veterans, what is the most common question that you hear from veterans?
Well, I think they just want to know where to get help. I think when you're coming with employment and even suicide prevention and post-traumatic stress, there are so many organizations out there trying to help veterans. It's just really hard for them to find one location. That's why we've created a network in an outreach program called PA Vet Connect. And that location is where we are trying to synchronize all the efforts for veterans to try to find out where to receive their benefits and their help, to link up with a veteran service officer who can help them do their claims and benefits, but also for veteran caregivers and for families members out there who might have found out that their father or grandfather or uncle is a veteran and they don't know where to turn to find help. So PA Vet Connect is a great location for everybody to find the resources available to them in every zip code in the Commonwealth.
And you were mentioning the PA Vet Connect, it's very on there. I see a Veterans Registry. What is that? Can you explain what that is and how that helps our veterans?
I can, and then I'm going to turn it over to Joel for a second, who's our Integration and Outreach Program Manager. But the PA Registry is a way for all of us to send information out. So when we started the PA Registry, we were trying to ask every veteran to go on and register and say, I've served, I'm a veteran, so I can find information. Weekly, we send all updated information on new employers taking care of veterans, new nonprofit organizations that are available to veterans. It's a way for us to communicate to veterans. Additionally, it's a way for veterans who are looking for benefits to send us a copy of their DD Form 214 or requested DD Form 214 to help them access those benefits. So I'm so glad you asked, and this is a great way to introduce Joel, who manages these programs. And I've taken over this position probably in April, so I've been here for 9 months. Joel's actually instituted and started the PA Registry and PA Vet Connect.
Thanks, General. For registering to the Pennsylvania Veterans Registry, folks could go to register.dmva.pa.gov to sign up. And as General Weigl said, you get signed into our weekly DMVA digest that goes out every Wednesday, chock full of links to employment opportunities, training opportunities, employment events that are going on around the Commonwealth. In addition, we always encourage our veterans to not only provide us a copy of their discharge document through the Pennsylvania Veterans Registry, but also to head on down to their county recorder's office and record a copy of their military discharge documents at the county seat. This will ensure if when they're signing up for benefits further on in life, that something happens, a life event, a fire, or something of that nature, that they do have a certified copy on file to allow them to get access to those benefits with the federal VA.
If we can, folks, if I can ask you about the returning veterans checklist on our Veterans Views program here on WBRE TV and WYOU, we have Judge Tom Mully from Lackawanna County. We hear a lot of people ask the question, what do they need to do when they return from service? Do they automatically know what to do, or is that a question that you hear often?
That's a question that we do hear often. And the first thing, honestly, as soon as that service member hits boots on the ground here back in Pennsylvania, we want them to head to that county courthouse and file that 214 so to make sure that the records are on file. And their next stop should be with their county director of Veterans Affairs. They're normally located within the county courthouse, and they have accredited service organization representatives there that can assist. And when I say an accredited service organization representative, that means a veteran service officer. So we have accredited veteran service officers in each one of our 67 counties, whether they're working for the counties or the veteran service organizations that are there and are trained and accredited through the federal VA to provide benefits and services. After that, we recommend that they fill out a VA Form 1010 Easy. The VA loves their forms, of course. But fill out that VA Form 1010 Easy and head on to the VA Medical Center and turn that 1010 Easy in. And I will tell you a little secret up there in your area, especially there in Scranton. Our good County Director of Veterans Affairs, that will certainly, Dan Eisel will certainly take that 1010 Easy and zap that right on over to the federal VA, so the veteran doesn't have to head on over to that VA Medical Center, and all of our county directors really do that. The next stop, of course, we really want folks to touch base with our career links. the Pennsylvania Job Service. So it's free. And as folks head on into the career link, we ask them to connect with a veterans employment representative. And that will start the process of trying to find employment if they already don't have something lined up. And then finally, if folks are coming back and they are interested in education and pursuing higher education, to head to their campus of choice and meet up with their veterans representative there on campus. Each one of our colleges and universities across the Commonwealth have a representative on campus that's there to help veterans file their paperwork for the GI Bill and work through that process. And then, of course, all that contact information can be found on our PA Vet Connect webpage, and that's dmva.pa.gov/vetconnect.
And I do want to remind everyone, we do have that connected to our website, pahomepage.com. We're under Newsmakers link, so it's there as well. We want to also talk a little bit about the 6 long-term care facilities under your department, and that includes, of course, in our area, which is the Gino Murley Center in Scranton. Tell us about some of the types of services involved at the Gino Murley Center.
Sure. So our Gino Murley Veterans Center is a skilled nursing facility. We're very proud of the work that they've done throughout the pandemic. Gino Murley tops the list for vaccination rates among staff out of all the nursing homes in Lackawanna County. Being a Lackawanna County resident myself, it makes me very proud to see the hard work that team's done, educating both staff and residents and families about the safety and importance of being vaccinated. Amongst, just what the staff is doing there, Gino Murley is a very special place in the community. Our skilled nursing home offers a robust activities department, unlike anything I've ever seen in the long-term care industry. It's very often you'll find the residents at Gino Murley, the veterans, their spouses out on fishing trips, going trap shooting, getting out in the community to shopping. So those are all really cool activities that we're proud of. And it's not just at Gino Murley, it's across the Commonwealth. I'm sitting here tonight in Pittsburgh, where our veterans went golfing at a PGA Tour event. So these are skilled nursing residents who are going out to a golf course. Some of them have never picked up a golf club until they started residing there. These are just unique opportunities, along with going to Phillies games, Eagles games, that I'm very proud to say that we go above and beyond to make sure these residents enjoy themselves both inside and outside of the facility. In addition to that, I think what makes our homes unique is our staffing levels. We're committed to maintaining the highest staffing levels for our residents, and we believe there's a direct correlation to the care they receive, and we believe our quality of care on the medical side is very high amongst our state veterans homes.
And Travis, if I can, who is eligible for services at the centers like Gino Murley?
Sure. So any veteran that has an honorable discharge and their spouse are eligible for living in any of our 6 state veterans homes.
And when you talk about who's eligible and that, how do you begin that process, Travis? How does someone begin the process of trying to get into one of our facilities?
Sure. I think the conversation starts usually with your primary care physician, determining what your needs are, especially for the skilled nursing placement. Or sometimes it starts with the family, realizing that they need an extra help with their loved one. From there, it takes a call to our admissions office, and the number for our admissions office is found on our website. And that's what we're here to do, is help you along that journey, make it as easy as possible for you and your family to get your paperwork filled out and to coordinate with your physician and to get you into one of our homes.
If I can, on that note, is there a waiting list? You would think, is there a long waiting list for that? And if there is, what's the time period to get in? Or do you figure out a place to get these veterans if you can't get into one of your facilities?
Sure. So there are waiting lists at 5 of our 6 homes. Waiting lists have become a lot more popular, unfortunately, throughout this pandemic for the skilled nursing environment. Staffing issues have created most facilities in Pennsylvania to have waiting lists or delay admissions based on staffing levels. We do have a waiting list up in the Scranton area, which was actually common before the pandemic. It's a very sought after facility. And our goal is to get through those waiting lists as quickly as possible. But again, we're not sacrificing our staffing levels to just fill beds right now. So unfortunately, we're faced with the challenge of having empty beds right now and a waiting list. So we're really focused on recruitment and retention of our employees, making sure that we have safe levels of staffing so we can get as many of those veterans on our waiting list into our homes.
And you were talking about the activities, and I just want to reflect on that. Very interesting, because I don't think a lot of people realize, some of the activities that go on for our veterans at the Gene O'Murray Center and at the facility that you're talking about in Pittsburgh. So that's very interesting to us as well.
Yes, and it's something that we're really proud of. Again, we want our veterans homes to be the primary choice for a veteran who is seeking long-term care placement, and activities and social life is a big part of it. I think that we do a great job identifying what the needs are in different regions of the state, whether it's outdoors, hunting, sports, and we have a robust volunteer program. Before the pandemic, it was not unusual to see over 100 volunteers, active volunteers per facility, who are really engaged with their veteran community. And bringing ideas to the table, and us, putting the resources behind getting veterans to the destinations that they choose to be at. Even throughout the pandemic, we've done our best to make sure that our veterans are getting to where they want to go safely, taking the proper COVID measurements. Although it's limited, it has not stopped yet, and we look forward to brighter days where we could really expand and get our veterans out to the places that they want to see. I know for the Veterans Day celebration coming up, General Weigl will be leading the parade in Philadelphia, and we're hopeful to have some of our veterans from both Delaware Valley and Southeast Veteran Center down in attendance to watch the parade, get interviewed by the television station. So we're hopeful that some of these COVID measures in place will allow us to do that.
I think I'd like to add on to what Travis mentioned. We are successful because of the community that's involved in taking care of our veterans. So we are extremely dependent upon the volunteers that come to our organizations. The Philadelphia Phillies provides tickets for our veterans. We have transportation for our veterans. We have volunteers that come into our centers every day taking care of our veterans and their family members, reaching out to make sure we have Father's Day luncheons, and we have huge parties on Memorial Day and Veterans Day. And we make sure that this is just not a home where you send your loved one, but this is their home. This really is a meaningful place. And I will tell you, we really count on community of care, and we are very grateful for all of the support. And each home has a fund where so many people provide charities so that we could take the folks out to fishing and to golf and to baseball games. And we're able to support them because of the charities that were given from the communities in Scranton and Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, Erie, and in Hollidaysburg. And we're really grateful for all of that support, because it really takes care of these wonderful veterans. And we still have many World War II veterans in our homes, Korean War veterans, Vietnam veterans, and they deserve your support. They've served, and we're helping them. And all of the community support really does help us take care of these wonderful Americans. So we're really grateful for all of your support.
And we're grateful for the services that you offer. But we are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will continue our conversation. This show today is all about veterans, and you can find information on our show today on pahomepage.com. We're under the Newsmakers link, and you're watching Newsmakers. We are a proud recipient of 3 Pennsylvania Association of Broadcasting Awards for excellence in public affairs programming, and a Keystone State Award for best talk show in the state. And we'll be back right after this.
And welcome back to Eyewitness Newsmakers. Andy Mehalshick along with Jayne and Bugda, our special guest today. We're all talking about military affairs and help for our veterans. Brigadier General, Deputy Adjutant General for Veterans Affairs, Maureen Weigl. Joel Mutschler, Director of Bureau of Veterans Programs, Initiatives, Reintegration, and Outreach for the Department of Military and Veterans Affairs, and Travis Davis, Executive Director of Long-Term Care for the State Department of Military and Veterans Affairs. Thank you all for joining us here today on Newsmakers. Let me start with the program. I'm a family member, I'm watching the show, and I'm thinking, I'm a veteran, or my spouse or relative is a veteran. What should they do if they have questions or believe that they're maybe not taking advantage or utilizing the many services you have talked about so far in this program. What should that family member do?
Great question. And I think the first thing is to connect with the County Director of Veterans Affairs or an accredited Veteran Service Officer. And that contact information can be found on our PA Vet Connect webpage. Just simply head out there and click on the appropriate tile and download the contact numbers. Or we certainly encourage any veteran or any family member to contact us directly at 800-547-2823.
I was going to mention that 1-800 number because a lot of our veterans aren't computer savvy, so they may need a 1-800 number. When they reach that number, what happens then? Do you direct them to their county representative?
First thing we're going to do is do a quick triage and see how we can assist them right then and there. And our veteran service officers or veteran service specialists will answer the phone. It does go to a phone attendant, but it's not a scary one. It's usually one button, and you push it and you get a human being. And then we're just going to ask a couple of questions. If it's something that we can assist with that right then and there, we're going to take care of that veteran or that family member. If it's more complicated and we need to get that veteran started on applying for federal VA benefits or need to dive deeper into it, we're going to get them connected to that County Director for Veterans Affairs for further service.
You know, folks, one big issue we get a lot of phone calls on and is a scam, and there have been so many scams, as you know, with COVID related, but we're hearing about veterans pension poaching. What is that, and what are you hearing about it? What should somebody do? What is it, first of all, and how are you trying to help address that situation?
Sure. So pension poaching is financial exploitation that targets veterans and beneficiaries who are potentially eligible for VA pension programs and benefits. They can take on several different forms. And it's really just an attempt to defraud American heroes, and it's something that we are pushing hard against, and we're very concerned about. While all veterans should be very concerned about applying for benefits, our statistics show us that older veterans are a scammer's prime target. As of 2021, there were 19 million veterans in the United States, and of those, more than 17% are age 50 or older. And in Pennsylvania, we have a higher rate the national average for older Pennsylvanians. And so we've been working with the Pennsylvania Department of Aging, as well as the Attorney General's office to combat this issue. Pension poaching, again, is a huge issue. Folks should never pay for assistance in taking care of applying or looking to get benefits from the federal VA or from DMVA. If that happens, we do encourage folks to contact the Attorney General's office.
Now, I will say there's also a lot of websites and Facebook posts of organizations that promise to get you your 100% disability rating if you use them. And then they will just charge you a percentage if you are awarded 100% disability. That is still pension poaching. They're going to take away some monetary benefits that you're entitled to as a veteran. You should not ever pay for an organization to help you. You should never have to worry about that. The veteran service officers at your American Legions, your VFWs, at your county offices are qualified to take care of you and do your pension paperwork, and they can get you your benefits. You do not have to pay. Although they sound really great that they will get you 100% disability, they will take some of your well-earned money, and you shouldn't do that. So although it sounds good and too easy, just go to your county office or your VSOs at those organizations or call our office, and it will be free. You should never have to sacrifice a penny of your entitlements to an organization to help you get those benefits.
And I know our program is moving along here quickly. We have about 2 minutes left. So I know you all work with suicide veterans needing help. Just quickly, if a veteran is out there looking for help, what should they do? Where should they call?
We encourage any veteran that is suffering an immediate crisis to reach out to the Veterans Crisis Line and for service, and they will assist them and get them taken care of to get them put into service. That number is 800-273-8255, and then press 1, and you'll be immediately connected to a medical professional.
Okay, time is winding down quickly. One quick question: the Veterans Trust Fund. We do when we renew our driver's license. Where does that money go? What services does it help provide?
Thank you for asking. The Veterans Trust Fund is truly the most nonprofit organization you'll ever meet. 100% of the proceeds go to all of the nonprofit organizations that are out there taking care of our veterans. All of the homeless shelters, all of those organizations taking care of post-traumatic stress, homeless, hungry, needing anything. The funds that we acquire through the driver's license and through any donations, corporate or personal, go 100% to all of the nonprofit organizations that support our veterans across the Commonwealth. And we are grateful for all of the donations that we've received.
Well, we want to thank you today for joining us. Our time is going very quickly. We want to remind everyone that we have the information today on VetNet, the Vet Connect, the Veterans Registry, and all of the county representatives linked up to our website, pahomepage.com. General Weigl, Joel, and Travis, we want to thank you for what you do, and we want to remind everyone we have the 1-800 number and everything you need to know on pahomepage.com. We're under the Newsmakers link, and we're also linked up under the Veterans Views and Veterans Voices link. So thank you for Andy Mehalshick and everyone behind the scenes. We thank you for making Newsmakers part of your day, and we'll talk again next time.
Thank you.